Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at the news from our city, from our state, from our country, news that may be relevant to our lives here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. We also take a look at your questions, your ideas, your comments, your suggestions, and we answer what we can, and what we cannot answer, we hopefully rely on our own connections with one another, with the destination, so that we can end up with a richer life, a more connected life here in Puerto Vallarta. Today is Wednesday, August 31st. It's the last day of the month. September begins tomorrow. It's our patriotic month, Mexican Independence Month. So things are going to get very exciting around here. As always, before we get started with our news, we encourage everyone that is not that is new to the broadcast and has not let us know. You can write the word new, and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. If there's something important that you wish to share with us, it helps a great deal if you attach a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment so that we can find it in the second half. Today, we are looking at what has happened a year after Hurricane Nora came and went. There's still some work to be done here and there. We have an update on the local InDriver leader that is now being prosecuted or wanted by the authorities for deceiving some of the car drivers. We have a cute story about Mexico's endangered species, the ajolote, and we, oh my God, we have this new Mexican food invention. You know, you think things could be bad with the tacosco. You know, remember when we talked about that that thing that is a taco made out of a pizza slice from Costco, and you put a hot dog inside of it, and you end up with a tacosco. Well, things have gone downhill since then. We have a new contender to the what the fuck are they thinking category of Mexican cuisine. We have great news because we're going to have free mariachi this weekend in town, and I'm going to tell you where to go and how to enjoy it. And last but not least, it's Wednesday, and we're going to walk down Basilio Badillo and Insurgentes streets just to see what is new in that neck of the woods, in that part of the city. So grab your favorite beverage. Let's get going. Well, it's been a year and 2 days since Hurricane Nora came and went, leaving a path of destruction along the Rio Cuale, where excessive rain up in the mountains caused the river stream to rise and destroy sidewalks, bridges, and even collapsed buildings. And a year after the fact, there is still work to be done. And as we predicted a few days ago, local media outlets are making sure that we don't forget there is still work to be done. And hopefully the authorities won't either. We're looking at a photograph of the sidewalk along the river in Colonia Remance, where a pedestrian bridge was destroyed and has not been repaired just yet. And as you can see, the sidewalk does not look very safe at all. And then nearby along Invierno Street in El Caloso, a massive protective barrier has been erected, but the street next to it has yet to be repaved. Such is the power of nature. Hopefully the authorities will get on with these projects as soon as they can. And it's great to see that other parts of the city have been intervened successfully, such as the road that leads towards Paso Ancho and beyond. That turned out quite lovely. The improvements along the Rio Cuale market have also been very good, but of course nothing can keep those vendors happy. They have a new bridge, they have a new improved building, they have had their permits not revoked. They don't have to renew their license this year, and they received the financial bonus from the government, and yet they are still unhappy. There are drugs for that, you know. Oh yes, where's our little boom boom? Yes, Adderall for them. Anyhow, it is worth remembering that 12 years ago today, in 2000 and well, you do the math. 12 years ago, I think it was 2011. Yes, no, whatever. The current along the Ameca River was so strong that one of the bridges connecting Puerto Vallarta with the state of Nayarit collapsed, as in the whole bridge. Take a look at this photograph. If you were not here, it was absolutely crazy. This was huge news back then. And as if the event was not tragic enough, then the reconstruction of the bridge made it challenging for many months to get north into the state of Nayarit. It was time consuming as traffic was limited only to the other bridge, which meant one way each way, which is not that different from what's going on right now with the project, with the bridges now getting well-deserved maintenance. But yes, 12 years ago, this was the big news in town. And I have come to learn that 51 years ago today, in 1971, the water level along the Rio Cuale rose so much that a group of people, from children to elders, had to be evacuated from the island, from the Isla Rio Cuale. So this has happened before, and it'll happen again, and we just have to deal with these things when they happen. Jalisco's Transportation Secretary Diego Monraz Villaseñor informed that legal action against local InDriver leader Roberto Padilla Ponce, who misled a number of local drivers by selling them stickers that would allegedly allow them to work legally in Puerto Vallarta, is still in progress. And of course, he is not only being prosecuted by authorities, some of the drivers are also initiating legal action against him, as they have found that they were duped. They were fooled. They were cheated. They were, I am at a loss for a word. They were engañados. I would ask the speaker how to say that in English, but I don't want to upset your own smart speakers. And of course, Secretary Monraz also reminded us that InDriver continues to be a not legally sanctioned company in the state of Jalisco. If you choose to take an InDriver, do so knowing that it's not legal. So everything can happen. The sky could fall. The tires could get punctured. No, I'm just kidding. Just know that the ones to take are the other two, Uber and Diddy. And now let's find out what the weather has set up for us today, tomorrow, and the day after. Rest in peace, former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev. That's what snarky weather has to say today. And of course, right now we're enjoying 26 degrees, feels like 29. Humidity is high at 86%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 79. Our weather forecast for today says rain and humidity throughout the day with a high of 31 and a low of 25. Tomorrow will be humid and mostly cloudy throughout the day with a high of 33 and a low of 25. And then Friday, rain in the evening with a high of 33 and a low of 24. Moving right along, before anything else happens, I know that there's a little person out there that is enjoying a birthday today. And I have been asked to mention this on the broadcast. Who could it be? Well, it's none other than Luke, who is Luisa's husband. So, Luke, happy birthday today and every day. No, seriously, happy birthday, Luke. I hope you have a good time. I know that you're not able to watch live today, but it's been a pleasure getting to know you and your wife, Luisa, and I hope you have a fantabulous day today. And now, here it is. When it comes to being creative with Mexico's cuisine, where do you draw the line? A TikTok user took heavy criticism when a video was posted of a woman preparing this thing. And what are we looking at? Well, it's a pizzamal, a Mexican tamal, which is filled with cheese and pepperoni. On the left side, we can see the raw masa on the corn husk with the pepperoni and the cheese on top. And on the right-hand side, you can see the contraption ready for consumption. So, is this offending Mexican cuisine or offending Italian cuisine or both? You be the judge. I have yet to try the infamous tacosco, which we mentioned earlier today, and I think I would have to be fairly stoned to crave one of these pizzamales. So there you have it. If you feel courageous and you want to make your own, I will show you the TikTok video in the show notes so you can go there if you choose to. May the force be with you. And before we move on to our walk, I want to show you this children's book, Mexico's Lovable Axolotl, an Endangered Species, has a starring role in a children's book by acclaimed Scandinavian author and illustrator Linda Bondestam. The book has received acclaim in Europe, where it won the Nordic Council Children and Young People's Literature Prize. It's been recently translated into English, and its first U.S. printing in May sold out quickly, but it is now available again on Amazon.com. This book tells the story of a young ajolote living in a lake that is quickly becoming polluted. So the book raises awareness on on climate change and the importance of being mindful of our environment. And before our walk, I want to let you know that the International Mariachi and Charreria meet is currently taking place in Guadalajara and 8 other municipalities, including Puerto Vallarta, where this coming Sunday, we will be able to enjoy a free mariachi concert at 8 p.m. at Los Arcos. The event, I don't know who's coming to Puerto Vallarta, but the big event has been, it features the participation of 13 Mexican mariachi ensembles and 22 international mariachi ensembles from 8 different countries. So we get at least a taste of this event this coming Sunday at the Malecón, at the amphitheater, at 8 p.m. And now we walk. So here we are at the corner of Francisca Rodriguez and Olas Altas. I'm doing errands in this part of town, and today we are going to walk down Basilio Badillo and Insurgentes just to see what is new. So we'll go that way on Olas Altas, and we'll take a right on Basilio and a left on Insurgentes. Let's see what we can find. So this was from 2 days ago. It is a Monday afternoon, so it's not like I expect a lot of activity. Some places may be open, some places may be closed. But it's always good to see that even on a Monday, the city is,
Hola.
buen día, the city is quite awake. There's all kinds of activity. Buenas tardes. This morning we were reporting in the news that this summer we enjoyed an unusually high number of foreign tourists. That would be me. Good, and yourself? Foreign tourists increased during the summer months this year, and that's a good thing to see. Anyhow, we've reached Basilio Badillo, and we know that Seapal is working on this block, and right now traffic down Basilio Badillo is non-existent.
It's
at
all
least
dug up
on this block. But that's part of what they do. Buenas tardes. Pancho's Tacos, Tacos Pancho's is getting ready for their nightly parade of people walking in and out. And we're walking right past Licks.
We love
one of our
Licks.
favorite places in town. Hello, Licks. I just want to say hello. We know that we love Todd and Kathleen's place, so it's always happy to see them doing their thing. There's this restaurant called Los Toneles, which opened this season. I don't think it's open right now. And then this other restaurant that is right here on the right-hand side. God, it's dusty on this block.
It's gutted.
They're fixing up the inside, but you cannot appreciate this, but all the furniture is stacked in the back. Yeah, that's dusty. So we don't know if they're close to the public temporarily or if they have reopened and turned into something else.
If anybody knows, let us
La
know.
Dolce Vita is going strong. And next to it, of course, Starbucks is going strong.
Thank you.
So many restaurants now taking advantage of the sidewalk. I love it.
Across the street is the Cántaro. And we've been to that restaurant. I'm always amused when I see large rainbow flags outside of a restaurant because you don't know, well, I don't know if they have rainbow flags because they're gay owned or because they're trying to cater to the gay community. And right here, look at this. I forget what was located right here.
But it's gone.
But as you can see, another building has gone down, which means another condo will probably go up. And here are all the chingaderas that Seapal is using to replace their pipes. They've already worked on this block. This was the first block that they closed. And I know that eventually they will continue to work on Basilio Badillo, moving up the street.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the inside scoop, Michael.
Buenas tardes. I see that the liquor store across the street just got a new facade, which looks rather swanky. Miche Chavas, they call themselves. There's Galeria Dante across the street, Divino Dante, which we love, and our friend Cassandra Shaw's jewelry shop is located right here. They're closed right now.
Hi,
But
Cassandra.
we love them. They're wonderful people.
Hi, Candace.
Now, I had not seen any of these signs, but there's the new Bear Club. Yes, it's called Studs, I think. Downstairs, it's called Therapy.
Dudes. Gotta love all these new businesses that have names in English. I'm sure they're really crazy about appealing to Spanish-speaking
So
people.
it's nice to see that even as we continue to recover from the pandemic, there are new businesses around the city. It is close to 4 o'clock, and I'm definitely feeling the afternoon heat. I'm getting together with a friend of mine to enjoy some beer in a second. But first, we're gonna walk one more block to Insurgentes just to see what's going on there.
More sidewalk action.
So more and more restaurants are taking over permits to be able to do things on the sidewalk. As you can see here, this is called Ono. They serve smoothie bowls. And of course, part of the new offering is to be able to sit outside. And why not? Buenas tardes. This place is called Super by La Fonda Sopa, homemade soup. It's closed right now, but I've never seen that before. Hey guys!
How are you?
What's going on?
Not much, heading to work.
I noticed that you guys were closed, but you're
We'll be open right away.
excellent.
Are you doing a little walkabout?
Yes, so say something important.
Hello everyone, enjoy this beautiful day in Vallarta.
And when you feel like a cocktail,
Well,
you can
come
come.
on down to Apache's. Happy hour, 4 to 7, best in town.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, baby.
Bye-bye.
That was Gail
Buenas tardes.
and his husband from Apaches.
What my dear friends don't know, and neither do I, is if the brand new wireless microphone that I'm using today and is close to my throat is strong enough to capture their voices. But I'm very, very grateful for the new technology that was gifted to us by our friend Bill Bass, which will improve the sound in our walking tours. In fact, the sound of this walking tour should be better thanks to these Rode microphones that we now have access to. I'm very excited. So here we are, Insurgentes Street, waiting for our turn to cross the street.
Thanks for the feedback. I've yet to try the two microphones together, but
And we're gonna do it now.
that's coming soon. I love the Glass Chingadera place, and I wonder if I should do a walk around that store. It is absolutely beautiful. If you'd like to see it, just write the word glass. Oh, check this out. This is so telling of the traffic problems in the city. This poor truck.
Now check out this chaos. This poor truck missed a turn. I think he was supposed to take a right, well, a left turn for him. And now he's trying to backtrack. And this shows you some of the really challenging issues that our city has without having the proper infrastructure for large trucks to be able to come through the city and continue south. In the morning broadcast, we've often talked about a libramiento or a major overpass. But see, this is what happens when a huge freight truck is trying to get through in some parts of the city. Not always easily done, that's for sure.
And it's one of the things that is difficult to appreciate unless you live here and you see it happening. It's the only route for any large buses or truck or container trucks that are heading south towards Colima. That's right.
Moving right along, of course, Farmacia Guadalajara is across the street, a very popular landmark in the neighborhood, but you already know that. I figured I might as well mention it anyway.
Churros coming up. I love it.
Across the street, this condo is finally looking like it's being used. I see plants all over the place and a health club. I hope they're being successful. And I've reached my destination, but as long as I have a little bit of extra time in my hands, I'm going to walk all the way to the new Insurgentes Bridge so we can have a look at it these days.
It's been scientifically proven that if you play reggaeton at the drugstore,
And
people
here we
buy
go.
more drugs. Kidding.
I'm having beer at El Granero, which is owned by Connor of Los Muertos Brewing. It's a fun place if you enjoy microbrew. And of course, we've reached the spot where Encanto is located on the right-hand side. And here on the left side is the joint co-working hotel. We know for a fact that the owners of this property are going to build a small building right here. Maybe this is why they put this gate. We don't know. But we've toured the hotel before. And we're looking at all the foundation that was built around it so that it would be better prepared should the river rise again. We can see that the current of the river is definitely stronger than it's been in the past few days. I wonder what it looks like on the other side, but we're gonna see that in a second.
It was a beautiful day, I would say. And it wasn't very schwitzy.
And here we are. This side of the river is carrying just about as much current as the other side. We can see that all the improvements to enter the municipal market on this side are pretty much complete. So the city recovers little by little from everything that went on a year ago. It was a year ago this weekend that Hurricane Nora destroyed this bridge in a lot of places around here. So there you have it. This was the walk for today. And I thank you for joining me. And I thank you for watching. Ciao.
Ciao, he says. Ciao, he says. And that was our walk from Monday. And now we take a look at all your wonderful comments as usual. I love seeing your good mornings. I love watching where you're watching from, whether it is Corona, California. Good morning, Charles. Or it is Versalles. Good morning, Raymond. Or anywhere you happen to be. Bill, it's been so much fun bonding with the microphones. It was great to have the little wireless here, and my next adventure is going to be to bring two of them along so that if I run into somebody to interview on the fly, I will do that, and then we'll go for the handheld, which will be a lot of fun as well. Again, thank you so much for this wonderful contribution. You make our walking tours better, and our interviews as well. Let's see what else we have. Sherry, happy belated birthday. I am glad that you're still getting presents. I love it. Let's see. Here's a question. Has anyone else noticed when streets are redone here in Vallarta, the new manhole covers make a ridiculous amount of noise? It sounds like a car horn. I have actually not noticed, but it's an interesting observation. Oh my God, Christy, you're absolutely right. This year is officially 2/3 gone. How does that happen? Well, one broadcast at a time. Let's see what we have. There's a question here. When does the rain season begin? But when is it supposed to end? Well, this is supposed to be the rain season, Kate. We are supposed to be in the middle of it, and it's supposed to rain more strongly, usually in the month of September, and it winds down halfway through the month of October. But this year has been very, very strange. It's definitely not raining as much as it usually did in the past. I had no idea there's such a thing as gringomales, as in gringo tamales, but one has to try these things. Can't anything and everything be put in a tamal? I suppose. Again, I'm not going to be offended about these things. I'll try anything once if it's put in front of me. So you never know. Let's see. So many things to cook and ideas to try. Just live a bit and think outside the box and have fun trying. Absolutely. Absolutely. My future ex-husband Arturo is watching. Querido, te mando un saludote. Um, and this one made me laugh while we were in the middle of the walk. Have to admit to making pizza quesadillas when out camping this summer. I come up with strange things at home. I'll be the first person to admit it. So again, I'm not going to be critical of anybody's inventiveness. And I suppose, yes, I would order the pizza tamales if I knew where I can find them. Let's see what else we have. Susan says, coming there in October. This really helps. I'm glad to hear. We love making connections for everyone and anyone here. Ricky comments on the changes on Basilio Badillo. You know, you haven't been here for 2 years. I don't spend that much time on that side of the city as I used to, and I am always amazed at all the things that are cropping up. Let's see. Air-conditioned buses driving by, says Karen. Don't we wish that was the case, says Paco. Oh, dear. Let's see. I see glass comments. If you haven't been to Mundo de Cristal, it's one of my favorite stores. I will stop by and do a little walk around the next time I am in that neighborhood. Michael suggests I check the new bar at the corner of Act 2 called the Corner Bar. I would be so very happy to check it out. Next time I find myself at suitable bar hours in the neighborhood, I'll be happy to give it a go. I haven't been. This one made me feel a little warm when Michael said, how's your day going? Michael, nobody ever asks that. Well, and that's not true. This is not a question that people usually ask. How is my day going? My day is going very good. Thank you. I was quite pleased with the ability to very quickly edit the walk with a new microphone. Like the audio and video had to go on separate devices, and they lined up perfectly. I also had a lovely afternoon yesterday. I made new placemats for my table. I'm in the process of crocheting new placemats for my table, and I'm excited because I'm just having a good day. Thank you so much for asking. Let's see. And back to the issue on that ginormous freight truck. Again, you know, somebody commented later on, I noticed that people are usually patient and so forth and so on. It was Doug who commented that. And I know people are very patient, but when you think about it, the challenges of a city that has grown as much as Puerto Vallarta, and to still not have a suitable road or, what is the name in English? A beltway that allows trucks to be able to get from the north of the city to the south is really crazy. Hopefully this will happen at some point in the next century. Meanwhile, we'll continue to rely on our lovely catapult. Sherry comments on the water on the streets. I think all the water that I saw was actually rainwater because it didn't smell funny. Let's see what else. Comments on the walk. Thank you very much. Great to see there is an access point to enjoy the Rio Cuale. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're getting to the end of our... Oh, here's another question. What was the name of the place you went for beers? El Granero? Yes, that is the name, Brian. El Granero is another creation by Connor, whose last name escapes me. Connor and his wife are behind Los Muertos Brewing. And then they went and opened this larger venue. And I believe, I could be wrong, but since I see the tanks, the beer tanks at El Granero, I think this is where they're making the beer now. I love El Granero because it's huge and spacious, and there's a great breeze coming in all the time, and it's a great place for conversation. And that's where I went. Let's see. Bum. Thank you. Bypass. That's the word I was looking for. You guys are amazing. And this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Thank you very much for giving me things to think about and features to come up with and great content to keep us all well connected. As always, thank you for your company. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning.